Okay, so this one is going to be about the goddess. And so if you are a female in this incarnation, the goddess is such a beautiful, I will say, birthright for us in feminine, in our physical experience. Now, some of us have been goddesses in other lifetimes. Some of us are coded with goddess codes. Some of us are also going to choose that and to merge with our goddess in this lifetime. And one of the most beautiful things, like, there is various expressions of the goddess. And so you can have the goddess of the Christed one, bringing a lot of energy and frequency from the higher realms, Christ consciousness. And then there's also this very primordial earthly goddess, and that is where a lot of the power of the goddess sits. So it's in the lower chakras, and it is when we start to activate our sacral chakra, and that comes online, and our kundalini starts to awaken. And I had this beautiful dream as I have been more fully remembering aspects of the goddess myself. I am the goddess, and you are the goddess, and it's releasing all resistance. And I'll say, when I remembered who I was in a, we'll say, past life, there was a lot of resistance to this aspect, in the fact of we kind of go through questioning. Our spirit and our higher self starts providing information in bits and pieces that just drop in way before we even start to remember or go through this process. And then we go through the questioning. Is this real? Am I crazy? And all of these things that's on the journey to becoming or remembering the goddess as we awaken, as our chakras come back online, as our DNA activates, our coding around the goddess starts to awaken and activate, and you'll start seeking and searching for this and desiring to merge with this, because this is your birthright. This is your God-given birthright in a physical feminine form, to embody the goddess. And it's not excluding the masculine when we come into pure unification, but it's really an ownership of our power, our abilities. And I'm saying that without domination over others. Yes, there's individuals that do manipulate reality. You can usually tell when they've not been purified, I'll say that. And so this beautiful awareness and experience is the feminine expression very much in her darkness. Now, we can have a lot of stories around darkness and what that means, and so it's good to look at and neutralize any stories or ideas about the darkness, and seeing both sides of the pole around the feminine darkness, because there is so much power in it. And I'll use the analogy because I was given it in a dream the other day, as more is being integrated and activated is, I'll say this, it's like a beautiful snake, right? It can be both terrifying to some, and it can be the most beautiful, sweet, and loving and caring, beautiful being. And so one of the things that have been activated is the snake. And we can also have so many stories and judgments and how society has perceived this. It can be terrifying to some and the most beautiful to others. And when we start anchoring into the physical vessel, into this earthly experience, we start feeling the cosmic womb, the divine mother, Mother Gaia, her earthy feel, because she's here to support us as we fully anchor in our divinity and feminine expression. And it's possible to awaken. And I think I'm really feeling guided that a transmission for women is coming around the goddess. And so we can activate, merge, and awaken this aspect in our experience. And there is so much power and beauty and sensuality that comes from this. There's so much gifts. There's so many gifts that are meant to be awakened. There's so much when we choose to merge with our goddess aspect, when we make that intentional choice. So I'm just going to say this. A transmission is coming for the feminine around fully merging and activating your goddess frequency. And it's going to be very unique to you, even if you've had other lifetimes where you have embodied the goddess, where you have been coded for the goddess. There is also who we are in this experience that wants to express herself in a goddess way that maybe isn't who we've previously been in other lifetimes. And so with all of that, I wanted to share that. Goddess wanted to speak today and remind you of who and what you are. And with all of that, I'm sending you so much love.